Hey friends, had the request to show you how to make my green smoothies. My hyper-nutrition protocol based on Dr. Brooke Goldner's book and her website, Goodbye Lupus. She healed herself of lupus by using this regimen. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you need. You need something green. Kale is one of the best because it is a cruciferous. It's in the cabbage family. So you can also use spinach, though. Spinach is good too. Sometimes for a while I was using half and half. Then the next thing you need for sure, these are the things you absolutely need, is chia seeds and flax seeds. Because those are where your omega-3s come from, and that is what heals your at a cellular level. And I get these on Amazon, and the chia seeds, and they might have them in bulk at Sprouts too, but I get the flax seeds in bulk at Sprouts. And these are the golden, I think there's a darker one as well. Either one is good. And then I also add in spirulina powder because it's a great source of protein and a good source of iron. Now, if you are using the hyper-nutrition protocol to heal yourself of an autoimmune disorder, she says not to use any processed foods. So, of course, that's processed because it's not in its natural form. And I did that for like 6 weeks or so. I didn't add anything, but now I'm starting to add things because I'm also eating a little bit. I'm adding protein powder, which this is plant-based protein powder. It has 21 grams of protein, and it's got more fiber. And then Mark adds other things. He got these at grocery outlet. Organic beetroot powder, turmeric powder. This is really good for oxygenating your blood. So he's training for a half marathon right now, so that's really good for him. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, so that's really good to add. And then you've got ginger, which is always good for the immune system. You can add different things like that. Really, honestly, for the protocol, you just need the greens and the flax and chia seeds, and then frozen fruit. And you can also add bananas, which I don't have any of right now, but bananas will sweeten it up quite a bit. So let me just show you how I do this. So we'll set this up so you can see my blender. You also need, another thing you need is a good blender. So this is a Vitamix, and it pulverizes everything. It is so good. I bought this. They're expensive. I bought this on Amazon, and it was the refurbished. So it was like half of what the brand new ones were. And we've been using it a lot for 7 years. But especially in the last couple years, since this year started, we've probably been using it 2 or 3 times a day. And it's just it's an industrial strength blender. Okay, so you get a good blender. You have to let it blend for quite a while so that it can pulverize those seeds. Okay, so the first thing you do, and I hope this doesn't make too much noise, is you take your greens and you stuff them in your blender. Now, she says about 3/4 of the way full. So you press them down in there. So press them like just a little bit more. So for me, it's a little above 3/4 of the way full. But if I press them down. Okay, so then after that, I take my flaxseed and my chia seed. Then I usually go fill it with water. So I'm in the garage, by the way. This is where we keep our blender because it's loud. So I'm just filling this with water. And if you look down here, you can see the water line filling up. And you're supposed to fill it up to the level of the greens. So technically 3/4 of the way full. Mine's probably more like 85% full. If you use less water, it will be a lot thicker, which I find it harder to drink it when it's real thick like that. But the chia seeds will, if you leave it overnight, the chia seeds will thicken it up because they're kind of a thickening. That's why they make chia seed pudding, right? On the Hyper-nutrition protocol, you can see the water is almost there. On the Hyper-nutrition protocol or regimen, she says you need at least 96 ounces of water a day. Now, that's about what I put in there, I think. Let's see, what does it say? It's a lot. I also try to drink equally that much water as well. Water's a huge part of healing your body. Okay, so then this is where I just recently started adding in my protein powder. So hopefully my camera won't tip over. It's drying. There we go. Okay. So I take this Orgain protein powder I get on Amazon, and 2 scoops is considered 1 daily serving. And it's got 21 grams of protein, mostly organic pea protein. It's not soy, it's soy free, I believe. And this is really tasty. I really like this. It's a vanilla bean. And then the spirulina, 1 daily serving is only 1 teaspoon. I do a little heaping teaspoon. You can see how green that is. It's like really dark green. Very good for you. It also stains. Okay, so that's what I put in mine. And then just add some fruit. So I'm going to add in this is kind of going to be noisy because these are crinkly. But I'm adding in lots of mango. Mango, of course, high in vitamin C, really good for you. And then blueberries, very good for you, antioxidants. And I just get these big bags of fruit. You can get them from Costco, Smart and Final, even Food for Less has big bags of frozen fruit. Okay. And then you could squeeze a couple of bananas in there if that's what you were doing. You'd probably put less greens and less water in there. And then you put the lid on real tight and throw it on the base. There we go. Sorry, it's probably very loud. And okay, so the way that our Vitamix works is you start this on 1 or 0. And you turn it on. And I just let everything kind of get all mixed together, powders and the seeds, and then I'll start to gradually increase it all the way up to 10, and then I let it blend for 2 minutes. So I won't record that whole thing, but you'll see. All right, you can see it's all very blended. All the seeds are completely blended into the liquid. And so if I put a lot of blueberries in, it kind of makes it more of a gray color, but it's changed the way it tastes. Okay, I'm going to mention a couple things. During that 2 minutes, that's when I usually put all of my stuff away, back to the freezer and the fridge. And I do keep my flax seeds in the fridge, as well as my chia seeds. Just keeps them better. So, okay, so then I'll show you what I do next. And you can do whatever you want at this point, but I go into my kitchen, and then I usually pour, it's hard to do this with one hand. There we go. See how, you can see how liquidy it is. and it is full. So usually, you can see I've got some leftovers in the sink. We use these tubs. It fills 3 of these, which I keep right down here. And it looks like I'm going to have to wash one, but I'll show you. So each one of these is a quart, and it fills 3 of those, what I make in this blender. And you want to get, that's about how much you want a day, a pound of greens a day for the Hyper-nutrition protocol. So I'll just stick these in the fridge with the lid on them. Even sometimes I'll put one in the freezer just to make it really cold, because I don't know if they're even more yummy when they're cold. And I'll drink 3 of these a day. And it's doing the strict Hyper-nutrition protocol. That's all I was eating was the green smoothies with, I might have had like a handful of almonds or something just for some protein and just to satisfy that need to chew on something. And I was losing about a pound every 2 days by doing that. And I did that, lost about 15 pounds. And then now I added in food. So I'm eating like 1 meal a day, which is kind of what I plan to do like forever. Like this is kind of a way of life for me now. So I do this for breakfast, lunch, and then I'll have like a really light dinner, and then I drink 1 after dinner, and then I'm done. So it's got a lot of nutrition. I actually sat down, if you want me to send it to you, let me know. But I sat down and figured out what all the vitamins and nutrients were in the smoothies and what I was eating and drinking, so that I just made sure I was getting enough. Obviously, there's no B12 in this. So I usually do a B12 supplement. Vegans usually are supposed to, because B12 is really only found in dirt, which you get from eating animals. So I just do, this is B12. There's another one. This is a dropper, which the one I really like is this one. You just put 5 sprays in your mouth and you've got your B12. And B12 is really important, and iron is really important. That's why I put the spirulina in there, because those are 2 of the vitamins that vegans and vegetarians will tend to be lower on, is the B12 and iron. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.